all, what is a VLSI? VLSI is just a technology, right? It's nothing but a based upon the count. So if so, this is nothing but a IC. This is nothing but a IC, and this is with the silicon. So everything, whatever you see in the electronic gadget, so that is nothing but a controlled by, or the functionality is controlled by an IC only, or you can say the processor, right? But it's a circuit only, and that circuit is made up of lot of that gates. And if you go further, so gate are nothing but that is made up of that MOSFETs, right? And if you are making a count within a specified area, so if you are increasing the count, and the purpose of the increasing count in a particular area is nothing but that you want to reduce the area, so you want to reduce the size. That is the purpose of increasing the gate count. Okay, and that is also leading to the cost. So that is nothing but a technology which is a VLSI. So we started from the small, then large, then very large. So we also have the upcoming technology, so in the future. But as of now, this is the latest one which is going on. Now, if you will talk about the requirement, or how it is different from IT sector, and why it is so hot. So let me tell you, if you are thinking one guy is from IT and one guy is from that mechanical, so both are completely different. So this mechanical guy and this IT guy, so maybe this IT guy might have the that good command in the coding, but mechanical guy is not having, let's say, the coding style, or is not expert in the coding. Okay, now comes to the electronics. So electronics, so someone, let's say someone is expert in the communication, okay, or let's say EMFT, so antenna and EMFT, so someone is expert, but he is not expert in the coding, he is not expert in the coding. And someone who belongs to electronics, but he is good in the coding, but he is not good in the communication, in the digital. So if you are planning to become an VLSI engineer, so if you are good in a coding, then you cannot become a good VLSI engineer. And if you know only about the digital part, and only about the communication, only about the electronics part, then also you cannot become a good electronics engineer. So who has command, not even the command, if you have the very good command, if your coding style and your electronics is very powerful, then only you will become a very good VLSI engineer. Else what happen, you will just do a side work, and you will be on the bench, you will do for the service work. So you will not get a chance to go to the some product based company, or which are actually working on this technology. Okay, let's say some Intel or other superior company, Nvidia, so those things, right? So that is how it is different. So if, let's say, I'm saying someone has to be a VLSI engineer, so it's mandatory, it should have, or he or she should have a good command, a very powerful command in the coding, as well as the electronics concept. For example, let's say you are planning to have make a calculator, right? So for the calculator, you are doing some operation, you are doing some operator, so you should know those things from the electronics as well. Okay, and we have lots of things. Let's say if I will talk about, let's say CRC. So CRC is a error, okay, so that error coding style. And this error you should know from the communication, and that you can perform through coding. So you should be good in both. So that is the main intention to put here, how it is different from IT. And if someone is good in both, so that will be a really good candidate, and that can be a VLSI engineer. So that's why it is on demand, and that is very good. So now if we'll talk about the application. So application wise, you can just assume simply, wherever you are seeing the electronic gadget, so they are all controlled by any circuitry, and that circuitry, just to reduce the size, we are putting a processor or a chipset. So you can see in the automobile industry also they are using nowadays. You can see the lots of features you can see in the cars, right? And lots of device are coming. Okay, smart device, Alexa device, and Fire Stick TV. So these all, and gaming in the, and as usual in the mobile and laptop. So no need to say. So these are very powerful. I mean, what we can say, the application, whenever you want to control something in the electronics, so you have to use a processor, and that is nothing but a VLSI application, right? So this is the evolution. So as I mentioned in the starting itself, VLSI is nothing but a technology only, and this is the, before VLSI we have LSI. Sorry, yeah. So before that we have this. Before this VLSI we have this LSI, and before that MSI, and before that SSI. So it's nothing but based upon the count. So what is the count? Like tens of transistors in a particular area, like, and then it increased with the that 100, and then it increased with the thousands, and in the VLSI it increased to that hundreds of thousands. So it's nothing but based upon count. It's a technology, right? So the full form itself say the very large scale integration. So it's like a scale. Scale is what? So we are fixing the area and we are increasing the count. That is nothing but. All right, so this is like how that evolution happens. Now, if we'll talk about that ecosystem, so I mentioned we have very opportunity for this VLSI engineer in different industry. So few industries are working for that manufacturing, few industries are working for EDA tools, few of them are having foundry, and few of them are making their own chipset, chip makers. So let's say if you'll talk about on the chip design, so few of them are making their own IP, let's say the ARM, right? And if we'll talk about the EDA, so EDA tools which all of chip makers and the manufacturing and the other companies are using, so those are these three companies, top three companies, so Synopsys, Siemens, and Cadence. And if we'll talk about the few of them are service based company, so which I already mentioned, if you are not a good VLSI engineer, so you will go to this service based company, right? So what they will do, so they are providing a service to chip making company. Let's say this TCS, let's say Wipro. So Wipro might provide some employee to this Micron, right? Let's say this Wipro might provide to this Qualcomm. So it's like few of company are providing service as well to the chip makers, and these chip makers means they are having their own chipset. Like Intel have their own chipset, Nvidia have their own chipset, and AMD have their own chipset. So these chipsets are nothing but the processor. So in the processor, these three companies are leading, and in the wireless, these three companies are. In the automotive, these companies are leading. For the consumer, these three companies are. Similarly, for the memory and for the cloud, we have these companies, and foundries also we have. So it's an ecosystem. It's like no one single company is doing all the work. Let's say if I will talk about this AMD, so AMD is having their own processor, but they do not have their own EDA, right? And they do not have their foundry. So it's like that. So they will use the EDA tool of these three company, and then they will send this to the foundry, right? So so now the training institute is also part of that. So probably it's the first stage is from that college to corporate, and after that also you may go to any of them, like chip makers and the chip designs company. So with the training you have you can open your window, right? But if you are well trained, then only you can go to the well industry, right? So the training is also a very important part in that. So now next to this, if we'll talk about like what are the trends. So if we'll talk about, so uh, it's nothing but you can see, let's say Google. So Google was not in their own chipset, like in the cloud, and Microsoft, but now they are also involving, let's say Meta, Facebook. So earlier it was not there, but now they are also moving in making their own chips, right? Or they are having their own product. So now they are also moving like Google. Okay, so it's nothing but it's a new trend like IT industries. So that those industry which are in the FANG, so they are also moving, right? So that's a very good opportunity at this time. So now let's say uh, if we'll talk about that importance of this VLSI, as you already mentioned. So cost is a very important factor, right, in any device, and cost is nothing but it's a related to chip area, right? Chip area and memory and performance. Let's say if I will give you a very latest mobile that might belongs to Apple or something, but that performance is very low. Okay, so you will not take it. Or if I will give the same mobile phone with very latest version, but the size I will give a very large, that chip size I'm talking. So that also you will not take, right? And if I will give you the very latest mobile with good performance, good size, but that is taking a lots of power. So that will shut down within an hour. So that will not, you will not consider that as a good device. So these are the three parameters which are actually important for this technology. So you have to ensure the size, but you make sure there is a no degradation in the performance as well as in power. Okay, now if we'll talk about flow, so what is this flow? So this flow is nothing but it's a telling about let's say I took a example of that calculator. Okay, so uh, initially you should have some requirement, right? So let's say you have a requirement, you want to make a calculator, and that belongs to different operators. Let's say some, okay, and let's say multiply, okay, and some division and etc, right? So these, so you have to provide some specification initially. You have to provide a spec basically for a document. You have to provide a spec, and ultimately what you are expecting, guys, so you are expecting you should have a processor or IC for that. That is nothing but a flow. So from spec to this, right, from spec to this, you have to cover this. So for that we have various steps, and those steps are nothing but they are different roles. And here you will also learn what are the different profiles which you can target as a VLSI engineer, right? So the very first step says a chip should have the specification. A chip should have the specification, and that tells clearly what's our requirement, right? Now, so that is the very first step. We should have our requirement that should captured in a spec. Now, if we'll go to next, so design entry and the functional verification. So that should be, so here we have intermediate state also. Okay. So what are those intermediate stage? So that you have to convert first this to a digital circuit, and then you have to make sure you have to make a design, and then you have to make sure that design is verified. So that design is verified. That's nothing but a functional verification. And then that functional verification you should send it to the for the synthesis. So synthesis means which part, or we have to ensure whatever is in the design that should be that we can fabricate. So that is the meaning of synthesis. Let's say delay. Delay is an example of non-synthesizable thing. So we cannot synthesize that. Okay, so we have to exclude those things. So in the design, only synthesizable construct should be available. So that is the thing. So if we are up to here, so what we ensured, the functionality is correct and the design is synthesizable. Now we can move to the post silicon thing. Okay, and before post silicon we have to do some testing for, let's say, timing, performance, and the area. So those belongs to this. So here what we are doing, here we are doing that DFT and that this partitioning of the chip, and the main thing is we are doing the floor planning. So from here, this is nothing but, so from here, this is nothing but a part of that PD. Okay, and till here we'll say this is the front end. This is the front end, and this is the back end. This is the back end. Also we say this is the pre-silicon and post-silicon. So if some VLSI engineer belongs to this part, we'll say he or she is a front-end engineer. And now if that engineer is dedicated to a design, so we'll say front-end design engineer. If someone belongs to this functional verification, so we'll say front-end verification engineer. Similarly, from the synthesis team, from the DFT team, right? Now, after that, the floor planning and this placement. So as name suggested, so here we are in the PD. Now we are more on the silicon side. So here we are talking about the area, the placement, and those things. And this final verification is nothing but the post silicon verification, and then it will go to the fabrication, and then finally you will get your IC or processor. So these are belongs to post silicon, right? Now here I have an interesting question also. Okay, so guys, can you tell me, let's say if I will talk about a time, for example, if from specification to IC, let's say it took 100 days, so can you tell me how I mean, what could be the ratio, let's say x number of days required for the this front end, and y number of days are required for this back end, and I will consider this x till synthesis, I mean x till here, and then y for this. So can you answer please, guys? You can comment or you can unmute. So what is the exact question here? Let's say for this entire flow, a chip is taking 100 days. So definitely x plus y should be 100. But what's my question? What is your expectation? What is your guess, or what you know for this front end part till synthesis? How many days you are expecting? And for the post part, how many days you are expecting? Any idea about this? So do you think is it 50-50, or what do you think? Okay, someone commented x is 25, y is 75. Okay, what about others, guys? So that means that candidate want to say till synthesis, it required 25 days, matlab 25%. So that 25% time is required till synthesis on the majorly in the front end, and 75. So what the others are saying? Okay, 30-70. Oh, someone is saying 75-20. Okay, 70-30, 20-80. Okay, good. What about others? Can you comment? I want to hear 60-40. Okay, 50-50. Okay, good. Yeah. So majorly, yeah. Good, perfect. Whatever you answered, perfect. So let me tell you, actually, yeah. So most of the time is required in the front end itself, because here you are doing the actual design, and here you are doing the actual functional verification, and after completing design only you can start the functional verification. So it's like 70-30. So in the front end you need that 70 percentage of time is required in the this front end, and 30% required in the back end. In the similar way, I have one more follow-up question, guys. So if I want to know about the job opportunity or the job vacancy, so let's say this is I and this is J. So I am saying the I, sorry. So here I am saying I, and here I am saying J. So I is indicating the number of job or number of job opportunity in the market in front end, and J is indicating the number of job opportunity in the back end. So can you tell me again the ratio? What's your expectation, or what's your opinion here? Job opportunity. I is greater than J. Okay. So for job 30 70, I 70. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So actually, it's not like a exact ratio we can put, but it's a sense, right? You should get an idea. So definitely, because we are putting more times in the front end, so definitely there are more engineer required in the front end, and hence the opportunity also is more. Okay. So that the uh, things are dynamic also, right? So you can easily get opportunity, you can switch, you can change, you can play, you can switch, right? So those things are dynamic or movable in the front end side, because as a chip is requiring more time in that, so more engineer required in that, and more opportunity will be there definitely. So it's a relative. Okay. Anyway, we are having more opportunity in both, but if we'll talk about relative, so in the front end it's more. So why I'm discussing this? Because later on we'll see the opportunity also and the job profile also, so you should have this idea, right? So this is the same flow. I mean, whatever we discussed, so that is captured as a flow diagram. Okay. So this physical design I mentioned here, right? PD. So this PD is nothing but the physical design, and this stage contain the several stage also. Okay. So several stage also, like that partition, sorry, the partition and the floor planning, and then power planning, then placement, and this clock tree synthesis and routing. Okay. Then timing closure. Then after that it will go to the physical verification sign of what I said is that PD. So sorry, or post silicon, or that verification, then it will go to the fabrication, right? So like that. And here you can see it is that designing, then verification. Okay. Yeah, that's all. So now here this is the front end and back end, whatever I discussed. So here you can see the from the front end. So that design engineer is the one profile. So here what we are discussing is the VLSI job profiles. So what is this front end and back end, which I already conveyed to you. So front end means that RTL design engineer, FPGA design engineer, then verification design engineer, and the design verification engineer. Okay. So these are belongs to that before synthesis. Okay. Before synthesis, I mean, if I will talk here, so it belongs to this number one and number two only. Not number one, number two only. So design and verification, right? And from the synthesis, so this some synthesis also you can say from I mean the front end engineer, but here we put it at the back end, right? Because some other works also include some time in the synthesis. So that is why. So here physical design engineer, the PD engineer, right? And the ST engineer, then DFT engineer, then the synthesis engineer, and the physical verification engineer, CAD, and this is the post silicon validation engineer, right? So these are the profile. So now, guys, what do you say? On what basis or where should we go? So the vote is for front end, and or the vote is for back end. So can someone? So what you will elect? Front end, front end. Why? Front end, front end, front end. Okay. So why front end? DV, front end DV, back end. Okay, one vote is for back end. So here also a ratio is that 70-30, huh? In the voting also. Okay. PD. Okay. Okay. So what do you think about payroll, guys? So some company. So what do you think? The payroll is high in front end or back end? So how you will comment for that question? Uh, okay, back end payroll high, front end, back end, back end, front end, back end. Okay. So I can see more vote for high in front end and maybe equal. Yeah. So you are right. So in terms of payroll, there is no much difference. Okay. So it's as per the company standards only. So you cannot say, right, payroll high for the front end. Right. Okay. Anyways, tell you all right. So this is how you can select. So this is also a question. maybe as a fresher or as a college going student, you are not aware or you are not sure, like where should I go. I don't know much about this design engineer, I don't know much about this verification engineer. How can I select that profile? So don't worry, that also I will answer here. Okay, so we have some other profiles also, that's analog and fabrication related. So for this also you can consider if you are good in analog. Okay, and these are the some fabrications. So I will also cover uh, to whom, I mean, these profiles should select, or how you can find which profile is suitable to you. Okay, so for this I will come to this later. Let me first go to that. So which profile to choose? So front end and back end. So from here you can understand suitable for. So you need to evaluate yourself where you fit, and then you can jump or you can plan to go there. Let's say front end RTL design engineer and SOC verification engineer. So if someone who loves coding with electronics as base, so enjoy fixing the bugs and error, then you can go to the, or you can plan for this front end design or verification engineer. But someone who loves to work and debug design issue with CAD tool, so they can, and they can enjoy making the layouts, floor planning, and all those things. So you can plan for the backend. Okay, so it's very simple. So this front end job is very similar to a IT guy. I mean, you have to work on a specific language, a hardware description language, okay, or HVL, HDL, and HVL. And here you have to work with the CAD. So on this basis, uh, you can go select. All right. So yes. So now we'll go to the previous slide, which we skipped. So that some misconception conception of this VLSI domain. So before before covering this, okay, let me cover this first. Then I will ask from you what's your opinion. So what is your opinion, guys, on the AI and ML? So AI and ML will kill the VLSI job, and this salary is low. Okay. So what about first one? So do you agree, disagree with this first point, guys? Do you agree and disagree with this first point? Let me check. Strongly disagree, no, disagree, disagree, no, no, no. Oh, no one is agree. Okay. What about second one? Salary is low. Agree, disagree, agree, disagree. Nope, nope. Oh, okay. And recession, what about recession? Now what is for recession? Agree, disagree? No, no. Oh, very good, very good. Okay. And working in VLSI industry, that work is boring or repetitive? No, no, no. Oh, really good. And what about that career in new startup? So is it good or bad? Agree, disagree? Bright. Okay, really good. Okay. Now, what about this point? I'm interested in this point. So average college student are not eligible and MTech is compulsory to start. So one by one we'll go. What about average college student are not eligible? Agree, disagree, yes or no? Yes, you mean agree. Okay. And MTech is compulsory. So now vote for MTech is compulsory to start. Maybe no, maybe no, maybe no. Okay. And only EC student are eligible. Now vote for that. Only EC. Yes. Okay. No, yes, no, yes. Oh, only NIT. Okay. And how to start or getting internship in VLSI? Okay, that you cannot answer. Okay. So now let me answer. So whatever answer you gave, that's perfect. Really good answer. But let me cover now. one by one. So this I will cover first, that maybe together. So try to understand, if you will talk about the average college, if you will talk about the MTech, and if you will talk about the EC. So it is not like that. Any BTech graduate is eligible, okay, but sometimes you will see in the job and description they put a branch, but they can put electronics and electrical, and sometimes rarely you will get the CSIT also. But believe me, from the mechanical itself, the guys are working in the VLSI industry, and with the BTech guy and below average college. So all these bullet points I overcame. So, but this is a very, very, very rare scenario. But when we talk about eligibility, if one is eligible, then we can say it's a eligible case. It's not like it's not eligible case. Okay. So if we, so now point raises how it's possible. So the thing is, if you are well trained, if you are well trained, correct. If you are well trained, then no matters from which college you are, then no matters are you MTech or BTech guy, and more or less it doesn't matter you are from which branch, which stream. But sometimes they ask you should be from electronics and electrical, but you are eligible, right? No one will stop you if you are good, if you are trained. Now, what do you mean by trained? So you should know the those language which are required for the design and verification. Now we'll come to this first table. So here you shared not agree, not agree, not agree. So which is correct? So AI and ML will kill the VLSI job. So answer is no, because try to understand. So even that will make a the engineer challenge easy. That's a good for you as a VLSI engineer, but it cannot kill, right? Why? Because if AI and ML is increasing, so definitely VLSI industry will grow, and they need more engineers to make their more chipsets, right? So definitely it's not like that. And salary is a very, because it's a, I mean, very good salary you can get from the product based company. Very good is, it's a relative term. So with respect to IT and others, so you can get very good. Recession is not permanent. It's a sine wave. So let's say if sometime it's very low, so sometimes it will be very high. It will be like that. Okay, it's not a constant line, and that is expected. Okay, and work is also, if you change, let's say you change the protocol, and every year your chip are making some changes, so it's a very good work wise also, it's good. And some startups also are very good. In startup, few startup are paying average salary, but few startup are giving a very, very, very good salary, but you should have that experienced. If you're at the fresher level, then you will get a average salary in the startup. But if you are at the experienced level, so they will pay you really, really good salary, right? Okay. So now we'll talk about the that roadmap. I mean, how you can join. So as I already mentioned here, so you should be well trained. So now well trained is, you can just start learning the basic electronics, and then you can have some free courses from the apps and YouTubes. All right. So those are for the VLSI, and you can find the some specific jobs also, and you can search for the internship. Okay, and then you can search for some referrals, and you can get, so research the job availability on the LinkedIn and some alumni portals, right? And some institutes also, you will get help for that. Okay, so but you should not give up, right? So even you should target, like I will apply for 100 jobs. Okay, so then definitely you will get 10 calls, and from that definitely you will get a one selection, and you need one selection. It's not like you need that 100 selection. Okay, so which profiles we already covered. Okay, so now this is the for the skills, that for the profile wise whatever we discussed. So this is, I mean, we already covered that. Now, who can opt this career? So this is also somehow I covered, but let's see. So BTech in EC electrical, so these are eligible, and sometimes BSc is also BSc in electronics, something like that. They are also eligible. So MTech are also eligible. So in the MTech we have some specialization. So you can say under electronics and electrical department, some all the branches you can say they are eligible, right? And uh, who is not interested to switch to the IT industry but want to enjoy the similar environment? So this is the best environment. So this is the best environment. Okay, so the highlight point is so you will get the high compensation and the high growth. And if you want to join some product based company from the beginning, okay, so that's a really good, and you can see it's a really good opportunity for you if you are good and if you want to enjoy the electronics world. So that is really good. Now how that we can help you, so from in campus to corporate, so we have actually very supportive environment, so you can get some free courses for the beginners and the test series, and sometimes the job referral also, those things. Okay, and if you are finding that is good, okay, which is actually, so you can go to this premium course also, so you can take, and then you can be well trained candidate, and after that you will be eligible for all those profiles which we saw above. Okay, so now if dedicatedly we'll talk about why us. So here uh, we have lots of alumni and lots of proven things which are related to job opportunity, related to the course. We have the free course and in other domain also. So that's a really good. Okay, and if we'll talk about dedicated to sessions, so you can see the lots of advantage for you. We have the 24-hour mentorship, one doubt session. Okay, and then that placement opportunity, that job opportunity is very good here. Okay, so let me check. Someone commented here. Mm, yeah, so these questions I will take after 5 minutes. Okay, last 15 minutes we have for the question itself. Okay, so let me go ahead. So these are the alumni. So now we can say if anyone have any questions. So now window is open. You can ask. Okay, so yeah, please go ahead. So let me cover the questions now. Okay. Uh, I am BTech electronics engineer. Sorry, not engineer. Electronics engineering, VLSI design and technology student. Okay. So what's your question? Sir, what's the scope for material science and engineering student? Sir, scope for field engineer. So can you tell me the department? It's a sub branch, right? So can you tell the department, either it belongs to electronics and electrical, then it's good, it's good, right? So you can go for students from core branch like mme or production engineering. So core branch, so this is the corner scenario. I said if you are well trained then you are eligible. So you have to just hide your branch and you should be go for the interview. If you will crack the interview, then no one will stop you. Okay, how faster can apply in LinkedIn portal job? So only one rule. So you should not count how many times you apply. You can check whatever is the latest post and immediately you can apply. You can apply, you can apply, and you can forget. You can apply, you can forget. So after sometimes if you'll see, you will get some calls. Okay, that is the very good way. So you can search and you can increase the connections also. So I am from BECE, then you are eligible. ECE department, any branch is eligible. If your department is ECE, then it's eligible. What level of coding we do? Sorry. coding do we need in order to take up VLSI? I have taken up BTech ECE. So if you are from BTech ECE, okay, so BTech ECE, then you are eligible, but coding level is very good. So it's like very good coding level is required, and electronics fundamental is also very good is required. Is it very hard to join a good processor fabrication processor company? I am from ECE, student of first year. So what do you mean by it is very hard? Okay, so you are eligible, right? And definitely it's a challenging part, but you cannot say it's a hard. It's a relative thing. Okay, hard is a relative term. So, but it's a challenging, right? So, if you are good in coding and if you are good in that fundamental of electronics, so you can take the training, and after training, it will become easy for you. You can. So, I am doing BTech mechanical engineering, but I am passionate in VLSI. So, can I work in electronics role in VLSI? I don't work in mechanical roles in VLSI. No, no, no. So, no, this mechanical role in VLSI is not expected here. So that is another branch, robotics and embedded and mechatronics. So you can think about that. But VLSI is core of that flow only, right? Which I talked about. So you have to be trained for that particular role, and you can apply for there only. So in job and description, you will not find mechanical engineering as a eligibility. But if you are trained, so you can prove yourself. Okay, you can go and you can prove yourself. You are good or well trained. It's a very challenging, very corner scenario, but it's a possible. Okay, so that's thing. Material science, I believe the same question is for material science. Okay, and this other branch. Sir, which all programming language required to know for a VLSI companies? So here, two programming language, and actually they are not even the only programming language. They are the hardware description or hardware verification language, and one is the methodology. So those are Verilog, System Verilog, and UVM. Okay. Now, but in the LinkedIn, they require experience only. I am seeing job, sir, but no freshers. So for that, I should answer. Definitely, you can see every year, product-based company are hiring interns. So that is a very good opportunity for you. And NVIDIA is having that next program also. They are taking one exam for freshers. So for freshers, they have dedicated opportunity. So you should not miss those. So you can search for those. Okay. So to answer this question, that is the answer. Which programming language I already answered. What all source?
I will take more doubts.
Yeah.
मैं लेता हूँ डाउट्स अभी मैं देता हूँ स्टेट है ना.
Oh yeah, please go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. So if anyone have any unmute, you can unmute also. If anyone want to unmute, you can unmute also. Anyone have any doubt from any slide? You can see the slide and just see the slides one by one. Then I will answer doubts. एक बार slide by slide करता है. You can unmute also. Just unmute once, right? Whenever you have the doubts. From first slide we will ask. You can able to unmute na? Hello guys. Mahalakshmi, they can unmute na?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir,
okay,
this is possible.
Yeah, great. If you have any doubt on slide number, what is VLSI, you can unmute and ask. Otherwise, we will go to the next. Okay, next. Application of VLSI, any doubt is there? Okay. Yeah. Ask. You can ask the question. Yeah, next. Evaluation of VLSI. Anyone have any small doubt in evaluation of VLSI? Anyone? Okay. Anyone have any doubt in ecosystem, VLSI ecosystem? What are the chip design company? What are the consumer company? And what are the foundries?
Only ASMI is capable of building the machinery which can manufacture 3 and below 3 mm chips. Why can't they do it indigenously with our workforce? You think only plasma laser guidance can form the patterns on the silicon ingots and not other methods are capable of doing it so?
No, all these four companies are doing mainly, right? All these four companies are doing, and these are mainly Taiwan-based companies in Japanese. So all four companies are working in this field, like equipments, manufacturing of equipments, right? Yeah. Any further doubt on this slide? This slide is very, very important actually. Okay, next. Anyone, any doubt on this slide? Next then. Okay, next. Yeah. Anyone have any doubt on this slide? Front end VLSI, back end VLSI, wait, VLSI flow, VLSI design flow. Any doubt is there? Anyone? Okay, next. Yeah. Anyone have any doubt regarding PDK, all these jobs we have in the backend and front end VLSI? Post silicon, physical verification, DFT. Anyone have any doubt? Okay, any analog fabrication profile. Okay, fine. I guess they don't have any doubt from this slides. Then I will take the doubts from the this one only, from the chat. From below to up, I will take. How can the freshers position themselves be competitive due to low hiring cycles? Yeah, hiring for freshers is less. You have two ways in VLSI, right? Just EC degree is not sufficient. You have to do the either courses in VLSI or do the MTech in VLSI, right? But if you are from NITs, if you are doing a BTech from NITs, then MTech is not necessary, right? It is not compulsory, right? If you are like putting your efforts, if you are gaining the skills, let's say Verilog system, LO, UVM without projects like protocol based projects, then company will consider you, right? And it will take hard minimum 6 months to 1 year, right? If you are thinking within one month or 2 months you will get the job, it is not possible as a fresher, right? Because lot of things are different from the college curriculum, right? So you have to put the extra efforts. How is the current market scenario in India for the VLSI? Many have the less placement. Yeah, VLSI jobs for the fresher market is less, but in the long term, VLSI have the very very good market. And if you have the 2 3 years of experience, then all the Nvidia, Intel, AMD, Xilinx, all these companies are calling. But for the fresher, hiring is less obviously. Mm, Tell me the skills set for the VLSI. There are different set of VLSI skills. Let's say for the front end, we need Verilog system, UVM, protocols, STA. For the back end VLSI, we need a physical design cadence tools, practice, we need floor planning, power planning. So for every profile, we have this different skill set. If you want to see the skill, like what are the skills we need, just go to the vlsif.com website. You can see my screen. Uh, uh, yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Just wait. Can you able to see my screen? Just unmute and out and confirm me.
Yes,
Mahalakshmi,
sir. We are able to see.
okay, okay.
Yes.
So let's say just oh yeah. So let's say you want to go for RTL design and verification. So if you want to see what are the skills required, so go through the syllabus of any coaching institute you can go. Let's say digital electronics, Verilog, then RTL, STA, aptitude puzzle, protocol based projects like AMBA, UART, I2C, all these protocol based projects you need. System log for the verification, linting, CDC, UVM, scripting language like TCL, Linux, Perl, all those things will be required. And if you want to go for, let's say, for other profile, let's say backend VLSI. So just see the syllabus, what we are teaching in backend VLSI and digital electronics, then very low basics, ASIC design flow, FP design flow, Linux, you should know, scripting language, you should know, then floor planning, power planning, CTS, routing, all the steps with the tool knowledge, right? STA will be required, low power design concepts, physical design verification, layout concept will be required, then projects will be required. All those things will be required. If you are going for analog profile, then analog skill set are different. DFT, let's say DFT. So for the DFT skill set is different. Let's say digital Verilog, ASIC design flow, introduction to DFT, DFT flow is required. Then we have the different skills in the DFT, netlist preparation, scan insertion, ETPG. All these things will be required. What are the methodologies we have? What are the scan architectures we have? What are the advanced concepts we have, like BIST we have, MBIST we have, logic BIST we have. So all those things will be required. So depending on the profile, we have the skill set. It is not like that you will learn the Verilog and you can apply for the analog profile, right? So for the analog layout, we have the different skill set. For the analog designing, we have the different skill set. So mainly in India, we have the 4 jobs roles like RTL designing, physical designing, DFT, analog layout, and analog designing. Right? These are the 5 main roles we have in India in designing part. We have the fabrication skills also, like fabrication courses also, but that is right now not in India right now. Maybe in the coming 1 or 2 years it will be there, right? So yeah. So yeah, where we was skill set, we have taken the out of skill set. Going to the next, fabrication profile related scope. Right now it is not much in India. In the Taiwan you can apply. Also there is MTech in VLSI, like you can semiconductor technology and IIT Roorkee and IIT, like a lot of IIT have introduced MTech in semiconductor technology for the fabrication. So mainly in Taiwan right now. Maybe in 2 years we will have the jobs in fabrication in India, right? Also. Going to the next out. Backend VLSI is better than the front end. Also, manufacturing is booming. Manufacturing is right now in the process, so it will boom after 2 years at least, right? Right now, in manufacturing is not there, assembly is there in India right now. Right? Front end is VLSI, back end is VLSI, depending on the skills. Like one thing you have to see which have the maximum jobs. Front end VLSI have the 60 to 70% VLSI jobs. 20% jobs, 30% jobs in the backend VLSI, and 10% job in the analog. That is a skill set. So first, if you are from BTech, you have to see which have the maximum jobs. Second thing, you have to see the interest. If you don't like the coding, then you should go for backend. If you like the coding, then you go for the front end VLSI. I am very strong in Verilog. Also, VHDL is also necessary. No, mainly product-based company are using Verilog, right? And companies like startups like DRDO, ISRO, or some small startups, mainly defense-based companies are using VHDL. So VHDL is not useful that much, right? Hardly 2-3% companies are using VHDL. Verilog is the main RTL language for the product-based company. Shall I do the BTech after BE? If you are from Tier 3 college, then you should go for MTech. But if you are from NIT or IIT or from Tier 1 college, then you can gain the skills and go for the VLSI directly. Or if you don't getting the, and also if you are going for MTech, then go for NITs or IITs where the companies are coming. If you are going for local college for the MTech, then you are only wasting your time. Better you can go for the training. That will be much better than the MTech. If you are going for MTech, then at least secure a 2000 rank in GATE. That will be useful. If you are going for a local MTech in college, engineering college, then it will be wastage of time. Then we have the why we can VLSI does not manufacturing. So I can't do that of the backend capable of indigenous. Backend VLSI is not the manufacturing, right? They are working on the tools, right? They are not working in the factories, right? They are not working in the foundries, right? So it is not like that they are working in the foundry. So it's like it is not like what you are asking exactly, right? Backend VLSI engineers are different. Also, let's say there are 7-8 stages in a backend VLSI. Let's say floor planning, power planning, CTS, routing. For every steps, we have the different team. For every step, we have the different teams. It is not like that everyone is doing the floor planning, power planning, then CTS end to end. Every team is separate. So work-wise, it is like very like you have to expertise whatever the work they are giving. You have to expertise in thing. It is not like that a single person is making the front end VLSI, back end VLSI, and manufacturing also. So you have to expertise in either front end VLSI, back end VLSI. In the back end VLSI also there are different topics. In the front end VLSI also they have the RTL design engineer, verification engineer different. In the verification also there are 7 8 profiles: IP verification, SOC verification, uh, IP SOC, functional, formal, subsystem level, block level. So there are different profiles in verifications also, right? So in RTL also you have to expertise in some of the protocols, right? Whatever they are giving, right? Say PCI, Ethernet, DDR. So there are different things are there. So it is not like that. Single person can do the manufacturing. They can working on the backend also. They can work on the this thing also, right? So going to the next question, MTech, MSc Physics can apply. Yeah, if you are from MSc Physics company, some of the startup company will allow you, but I will recommend you that you can should do the MTech in VLSI, because lot of NITs allow the MSc Physics student for the MTech VLSI. So if you can do the MTech VLSI, that will be much better. At least the product-based company will allow you after that. If you have the only MSc Physics, some of the startup will allow 100% allow you. What are the languages? VSDL, Verilog, System Verilog, UVM is the methodology, and the scripting languages will be also required. Like say for the scripting language for the automation, let's say TCL, Linux, and Perl and all those simple languages. Those are simple only, not very complicated. Complicated are system allow you like a very low quality. Main things for learn for the PD. Yeah, for the PD you should know you should know the every steps in detail. Let's say I'm talking about floor planning. It is not like that you have gone through the definition. There it is a very vast topic, right? So you have to 50% theoretical, 50% implementation on cadence or synopsis tool, whatever you have. For the physical verification, for physical designing, we have the different tools, right? In cadence, we have the tempo tools, we have the different tools. As for the ST, we have the different tools. So 50% theory, 50% implementation on the tool. Tool part is very important for the physical design, right? If you don't have the tool knowledge, company will not consider you 100%. And ST is very important for the physical design interview. ST is not only setup time, whole time. There are a lot of things in ST also. So what sources we can use to upgrade the skills in VLSI? Yeah. So first go through the free courses we have, right? Let's say NPTEL free courses are there, VLSI for all free courses are there. So go through the free courses. And if you like the free courses, then you should go for the like 6-month training, whatever the profile you like. First check the free courses. That is very important for it. Go through the like free courses we have. Let's say you can see on our app also. You can just download the app VLSI for all app. Just let me share my screen. So you can see there are a lot of free courses we have, right? So go through the free courses. If you like the free courses, then you should go for the whatever the things you want to learn, right? Yeah. You can see we have the VLSI for the beginner courses there, ST course we have the free master classes, demo classes, we have the lot of seminars, webinars, analog code free classes, we have the DFT free classes, lot of free classes we have. So go through the free classes. At least if you are from first year of BTech or MTech, then you should go the Verilog digital and VLSI for the beginner. Three courses you should do: Verilog digital and VLSI for the beginner. In VLSI for the beginner, we are teaching what are the profiles we have in VLSI and what are the skill set in VLSI, right? So you can see this playlist on the YouTube channel also. You can just see the on our YouTube channel also. This playlist is also available free of the cost, right? So first see the things whatever within 1 month or 2 months you have to just check what are the profiles you want to go, right? Then going to the next which program in LinkedIn. Yeah. So today also I shared some of the jobs in our WhatsApp channel, right? So So time to time we share the jobs, whatever the jobs are coming for the fresher or experience. For the freshers in product-based company, jobs are less right now, right? But it is not like condition will be like this only. In 22, there were lot of jobs for the freshers in cadence, synopsis, and all, right? Right now, also in service-based companies, are lot of jobs are there, right? But you have to put your efforts within 6. You have to consist, like you have to have two approach. First, you have to gain the skills, and secondly you have to active on the LinkedIn. You have to connect to the people of the different companies like Synopsys, Cadence, AMD, who can refer you, right? And you have to gain the skills parallelly. If you are doing learning all these skills, not working on the job part, then you are wasting your time. If you are only wasting, like putting your efforts on LinkedIn, you are not gaining the skills, then you are also wasting your time. So you have to do both the things parallelly, right? Then you will get the output. Fab scope right now it is not there. After 2 years, we will discuss whenever it will be there. Material science are eligible. Yeah, material science and nanotechnology are eligible, but not in India. Outside India, you can apply in Taiwan or USA. You can do the masters in fabrication in VLSI, right? Material science. After 2 years, it will be there in India definitely, but right now it is not there. Right? Yield engineer, yeah, global foundry have the profile of yield engineer, right? But the scope is not that much right now. So if you are from material science or nanotechnology, then you should do the masters from Taiwan or USA. That will be much better for you in a longer run. Right now, if you want to do IIT Roorkee is giving the MTech in semiconductor technology. That course is for the fabrication mainly, right? And they have the tie up with the three universities in Taiwan also. They send the student 1 year in India in IIT Roorkee and 1 year from the Taiwan, right? So there you can get the job in Taiwan also, right? I am doing a mechanical engineer and all. Okay, if you are from mechanical engineer, then you can do the MTech masters in mecha electronics, right? Mecha electronics, some of the company allow it. Otherwise, you can do like some of the like and masters from the abroad, that will be also useful. But mecha electronics are eligible. Complete pure mechanical is not eligible at all, right? Complete mechanical is not eligible, but mecha electronics is 100% eligible for some of the company. I'm the first year student. Okay, if you are a first year student, then you should focus on digital electronics, not only binary number system, not only the gates, FIFO, FSM based sequential logic, combination logic, all those things are very, very important, right? What are the skills required? Verilog is very, very important for the first year. And in the third year, you should focus on system allow and other things also, scripting languages also. And protocol based projects are very, very, very important. If you are learning early Verilog and you are writing 20 lines code and you are thinking that you will showcase as a project, company will not going to consider you. At least FIFO projects, UART projects, I2C projects, those will be considered as a good projects, right? So projects are very, very important. How I can apply on LinkedIn? So you can join our WhatsApp channel. We have the WhatsApp channel. We have the 32,000 students in the WhatsApp channel. There we directly share the link of the jobs, whatever the jobs we have in our different companies. Every week, weekly we share all the jobs, right? So for students from BE or production, then if you are from production engineering, then you have to do the masters also, right? In the like fabrication. Yeah. Material science student are eligible for the fabrication jobs, not for the designing jobs. Even chemical engineers have the lot of scope in VLSI, but in the fabrication part where we can do the research on the material, right? But designing part is for the mainly for the AC and electrical. If double E, triple E, or engineering physics student are eligible. Okay. So all the doubts we have taken. So coming, how we can install the tool in the Cadence tool? Yeah. So Cadence tool is paid tool, right? We have to get the license from the Cadence. So either you can approach the professor of the VLSI who is the like some of the lot of college have a free license for the cadence and synopsis tool. So you have to approach your professor or for the access of the cadence tool, or you can go for the coaching institute. They will give you the cadence tool. I am interested in VLSI. It is no. For the backend VLSI, coding is not necessary. Only the basics of scripting language, TCL and Linux you should know. That is hardly 5%. 95% are the non-coding things only. But very low basic you should know, right? But coding skills are not the primary skills for the backend VLSI. As a first year student, how we can prepare for the front end VLSI jobs? In the front end, you just have in the first year you just have to go through the free courses on NPTEL and all. But which free courses? That is also important. Verilog, digital, analog basics, and VLSI for beginners. ASIC design flow, FP design flow, basics of VLSI. MTech or coaching, both are good actually. Both are good. If you are getting the admission in MTech from NITs or IITs, good college, then you should go for MTech. If you are not getting the NITs or IITs for the MTech, then go for the training institute, right? So you can unmute. Anyone want to ask anything? You can unmute directly. Aditya, Akash, Dinesh, Hari, Jaya, Casey, Lakshmi. Anyone have any further doubts? Pavan, Raja, Rohan, Shreya. Anyone have any Bhavya, Teja, Utkarsh, or Sai? Yeah, anyone have any small doubt also? Anyone have any small doubt? I will take the doubts from the YouTube also. Some of the students from YouTube here. Yeah. Just wait. Similar doubts we have, almost similar doubts we have. Like what are the coding languages? PTech, it is compulsory to learn switch. Yeah. See, if you want to switch the profile, that is 100% possible. But try to switch the profile in the beginning of the career, like say within 1 or 2 years only, right? If you are switching after 10 years of the career, then some of the experience will be counted, but lot of experience will be not counted. So switch the profile within 1 or 2 years only, right? Not like after 2-3 years, right? You can switch to any profile. Let's say I was working for a startup like Logic for Technologies for 1 year in RTL designing. Then I learned system allow UVM also, right? Then I switched to the verification profile, which has a much more demand in the market, right? So you can switch the profile within backend VLSI or front end VLSI. But shifting from backend to front end VLSI is very difficult, right? Within backend VLSI you can switch. That will be easy, right? Experience will be counted. But if you are coming from front end backend, that will be very difficult and experience will be not counted. Does MTech in VLSI longer gap? Yeah, if you have the career gap in VLSI, some of the startup will allow you, but product-based company will not allow you. So if you have the MTech in VLSI from NITs or IITs, in campus placement, they don't see the gap that much, right? But off campus placement, 100% gap will be, they will see, right? They will ask you the questions. And many times resume will be not shortlisted. But for the service-based company, they don't see the gap that much, right? I am from, okay. It is necessary to do the MTech. It depends. If you are getting the good college, then you should go for MTech. If you are not getting the good college, not for MTech. Impact on analog mixed signal need knowledge, which is okay. Yeah, almost every doubts we have covered. If you have any further doubts, otherwise we will end the session. So thank you, Ankit sir. Thank you, Mahalakshmi. Thank you all the teams of NIT Tirchi and Probe Society.
Yeah. Thanks all. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, Ankit sir. Thank you. You can leave the meeting. I will take some of the doubts if you have. Anyone have any further doubts? I'm writing my number in the chat box. You can just WhatsApp me within 1 or 2 days. We will going to call you and discuss the things. And how many are from final year? Anyone is from final year here? Okay, then we are ending the meeting. Mahalakshmi, can we end the session?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
thank
I would just to give a vote of thanks before we end the meeting. First and foremost, we express our heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for taking the time to be with us today and for delivering such a comprehensive and inspiring session, sir. Your insights into the VLSI industry, the design flow, and the skill requirements, and about India's semiconductor mission have provided tremendous clarity and motivation to all our participants today. Once again, we extend our deepest appreciation to you, sir, for sharing your expertise with us. We look forward to more such collaborations in the future. Thank you so much, sir.
So it was a great pleasure for us also, and lot of candidates from NITs, almost like 300 candidates joined the webinar. So it was a great experience at NIT Trichy, right? So thank you Probe Society also, fine, and thank you all the names, thank you all the coordinators and faculty members. So thank you everyone, thank you all the students for joining the meeting. Thank you everyone. Bye. If you have any further doubt, then WhatsApp us.